Okay, they've also been speaking, the authorities of OAU. Let's quickly listen to what they said about this particular concern between both of you.
Okay.
I want to say loud and clear that we have stated our own side of the case, that we are not owing that much. We agree we are owing, but we are not owing that much. And I must say again that since 2017, OAU has been very faithful to the terms of agreement and payment, and the Osun State government cannot fault this. So I don't want to go into more controversy about this. The whole issue will be resolved administratively because this is a federal government agent and the state government agent too. So the state and federal government belong to the same father, though maybe of the same of different mothers in this case. So we will resolve it. We have the same parents, and we will resolve it administratively. And I'm saying it with every sense of responsibility. We appreciate our colleagues at the State Inland Revenue Service of Osun State. But the idea that we are owing them that much, no. We are a university with authority, with dignity, with respect, and with financial sanctity.
Now that's Mr. Awolowo, the PRO of OAU. I'm sure that you've had interactions with him.
Sure.
He believes that this is something that can be resolved because it has a federal angle to it, it has a state angle to it. To what extent do you think that will work in resolving these issues? Because the disparities are just so wide. You were insisting 1.8, and he is saying they don't owe that much.
Well, basically, the totality of it has to do with the need for us to meet and reconcile. And I believe that there is a process going on that will bring that about. Definitely, they know they are owing. He said so. But they are not owing as much as... That is the report of our own auditing that I'm quoting, 1.8 billion, including, interest rates on what they were owing, as well as, cost for what the law permits we should. But then, the truth of the matter is that there's nothing sacrosanct about it, and we are very much interested in having money.
Okay, talking about
generating revenue.
Okay, so
and ensuring that yes, we have what is due to us. That is the essence of what we're doing. It is nothing punitive that we are doing, and that is the reason why we allow classes to go on and all that. But
the administrative side shut down.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's good that you've opened it. Let's look at something else. So you say some people are owing you and you've taken some action to ensure you get your money back.
Yes.
How about those who feel that Osun State is owing them? Teachers, pensioners.
We are handling that.
How are you handling it? So how many months are you owing teachers and the pensioners?
Well, I know of a fact that what you are trying to refer to is not the actual thing. First and foremost, I'd like to say that we have a situation in Osun whereby we are paying modulated salaries, and not to teachers alone. It's general.
Okay. What do you mean by modulated salary?
Yes, I'm going to explain it. Number one, when we ran into financial troubles, we couldn't pay for some time. Eventually, the Buhari administration came. They gave us the bailout. We paid up. And then there was a need to think about the future. How do you come about handling the future? And that was what Governor Arabeshala did. Called the labor leaders, called stakeholders and all that. And he sat on it. How do we manage this? This is the situation. And definitely, they came up with a situation whereby those who are on levels 1 to 7, they hand their salaries full. Everything. Then those who are on 8 to 12 hand 75% of their salaries. And those who are 13 and above, the big spenders, they hand 50%. That is the situation. As I speak with you, all political office holders in the state hand 50% of what is due to them today. So that is why we say it is modulated. And we have been ensuring payment of this modulated salary. What we are owing is just the April salary. So basically, it isn't as if it's a blanket thing, like Neuta said.
Are the pensioners also getting modulated?
Of course. Well, theirs is even different, you know. It is much more mitigated than that situation. You know, a particular class, they hand their pension full. Those are the government feels, you know, could be affected negatively, you know, if they
what's that? What category is that?
Well, those whose pension are so small that you
get
think
full payment.
They get full payment. You know, it is those who hand big that you have 75 and 50%, you know. But then the good thing about it is that the governor has assured that they will be repaid back everything. There is an agreement to that, and there's no way it is going to be rescinded. As a matter of fact, to show commitment to this, the government had paid 2 months out of what was owed, what is being owed. So it is to show the workers that, yes, we are committed to this, and indeed, we're going to continue to pay as we have.
But in the midst of all of this, the Osun state government has also been reportedly building some infrastructure. How is that coming? So how are you able to manage the need to settle people and how much they are being owed, and then to build infrastructure?
Well, that's the ingenuity the Governor Rauf Aregbesola, brought into governance. And I must say that basically it takes only a special person like him with his background as a welfareist, not even a welfareist, he's a leftist, you know, a social crusader, as well as, you know, being able to serve under Ashwaju as Commissioner for Works for 8 years, and his experience fast, far and wide that he brought into the administration of the state of Osun. Majority of the projects we are carrying out are not from the earnings which, you know, we get now, because what we get in recent times are just, you know, barely enough to pay salaries, the modulated salary that we talked about. Now, the major thing is that we have taken loans to execute some projects. For instance, the schools we are building, definitely we took Sukuk loan for it. And once you take loan, you know the rules and regulations. You don't use the money for any other thing other than what you have taken it for. So that has helped a lot in improving the infrastructural facilities of the schools in the state of Osun. As I speak with you, we have built 26 elementary schools, which has a capacity to contain over 1,000 pupils, you know, in different parts of the state.